Yeah, I thought I'd just drop in. Hang on here. Might as well post this. YouTube. Oh, where is share? Share with PS. Do you want to speed? There you go. Oh, look at that. My picture came up in it. That's cool. Alright, yeah, I'm making a pot of coffee. I wasn't going to do anything. I don't know if I'm going to do a whole lot of commentating, but figured I'd watch anyways. So, yeah, it looks like I'm not racing the GR2 now. I went out and got all these nice paint jobs and everything. I even got a Hot Wheels one so I could run with Mac Ant in his NSX. So I got a Hot Wheels thing, and now all that's crap. So I guess I got to race GT3. I've never raced GT3 before. So I'll have to see. I don't know what cars to even get for that, or if I can even afford them. I don't think I have. I think I'm under $1 million, so. Okay, let's go to YouTube. What? Not now. Alright, there we go. Put it down. Alright, you can hear my voice, that's good. Yeah, so I'm just making a copy. Let me sit down for a second here and see what's going on here. I have to do this, right? Display, oh, there we go. I guess that's it, yeah. That's how you change. That's Snoodles. So how do I change views? That's how I change views. So going by when I'm seeing Snoodles, they're not using the same cars they use at Daytona. So yeah, I'm just noticing, yeah, they're not using the same cars that they used at Daytona. So there's a special car that you gotta use. I think it's that Mazda. You want to use that Mazda car. And I don't know where to get that Mazda car either. But apparently that's obviously the car you want to use at Daytona Oval Track. But yeah, I don't know GT3 what cars I should be getting. Right? Yeah, you guys have to understand, I really don't know GT7 that well. Kind of confusing for me a lot of times, so yeah, oh well, I'll figure something out, I guess. I'll have to look at the cars and stuff like that. I just went and got all these paint jobs. I got a Hot Wheels one for Mac Ant for the NSX. I got a Red Bull one for the, what was it, the Audi. I also got a Red Bull one for the Nissan GTR. I think this is I'm not sure, this might be their qualifying. Maybe. I'm just kind of dropping in and watching, so I figure I might as well talk at the same time. I'm just looking at the battery in Trixie's car. Now it's going up. Okay, so it does it on its own, I guess. Wow, look at all the energy it uses. It's all the way down to 0. And then I guess recharges going into the corner, kind of same as recharges when you get on the brakes or let off the gas, I guess is how it works. Oh, that's a different car. Snoodles, nobody's Mac Ant. Yeah, green car. Yeah, this race I could have run with the car I had. But Daytona, the car that they told me to run, I don't think I would have been able to compete because my top end speed wouldn't even break 200. And they were running the corners at 200. So I wouldn't have had a chance to even compete. Yeah. Toke is token in pit lane there. Oh, he must have finished his joint. Now he's going out. He's going out on a set of mediums. Oh, that's a funny looking car. That kind of looks like a one of those Vision cars or prototype cars. Looks pretty cool though. I don't actually like yeah, I know it's Snoodles' birthday. Happy birthday, Snoodles. Mopar. But yeah. I'm gonna make a coffee here. Yeah, it's Snoodles' birthday, Mopar's birthday today. Not sure how old he is. Happy birthday, Snoodles. Yeah, you guys will have to tell me what car to get or that I need to get, because I might have to make money to try to buy it for this GT3. Kind of took me by surprise there. I thought it was GT2 I was gonna run, but oh well. Sure happens. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm just making coffee. Ooh, I was lucky I didn't have my top put in right. That could have been messy. But yeah, I guess this is their GR1 lead. That's weird though. So it's GR1 Mondays. Mopar would be the best for that. For GR Thursday. For what? Telling me what car to get? I know I always ask, but nobody ever answers me, so either they're trying to hide it from me, right? I find it very hard to get any help getting to know this game. GT7, nobody answers me back or tells me anything. Sorry, I'm not looking at the screen if you're writing. Just making my coffee there. I just kind of look back here and there. But yeah. I don't know what cars you guys use. That's probably all these new updates. You guys are probably using newer type cars. Or at least, I don't have any of the, I just got the base game basically. I don't have that new power pack or anything like that. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I know I'm a pain, but I just don't know the game that well. I kind of rely on everybody else's input to help me along the way so I can be at least competitive when I race. See, hey. Steve says take whatever car you want, but I just want to race whatever you guys race. So that I'm still similar in pace and stuff. I tried to do that in the GR1 with that Daytona track, but the car you guys were telling me to take wasn't going to be able to compete because it couldn't break 200. So, yeah. So if somebody can give me some suggestions. I can't go back and read your messages. I don't know what you said, Speed Racer, because I wasn't looking at my thing, and your messages get retracted, so I can't tell what you had said to me. So I apologize for not replying to them or whatever. I like that Marlboro car. Oh, you can just go right back to the pits. Oh, look at that, eh? I didn't know that. I thought you had to go all the way around and go into the pit stop. Tried the new Ferrari, maybe. Okay. Maybe. What do you mean? Yeah, I just wanted to know what you guys run. Maybe I'll run a Mustang GT3 car, but that's probably slow compared to things like the Nissans and Audis and stuff. You have a set car I use? What's that set car? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look on my thing. I don't even know what cars I have. And I use the same car usually in all races. So what, the GTR? Oh, Porsche. Oh. I thought you used the GTR, the Nissan GTR. Or maybe not, since the update, maybe you guys are using different cars now, maybe, I don't know. I didn't like these cars though when because I'm on a wheel, right? And I didn't like driving these cars. I didn't like how it felt in my wheel. It didn't have a nice feel. That's one thing I've noticed with Gran Turismo, with my direct drive wheel. It depends what car you drive. If you're driving a race car like the GT2 or the GT3s, I think they got pretty decent feel. But when I drove the like the hypercars and the, you know, these type of cars, it wasn't nice feel for braking and turning. I didn't get a lot of good feedback. Like, it felt very flat, the feedback. I didn't like those ones. Oh, quality is over. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention. So they're going to take a 6-minute break. And going by the times that I'm seeing right here, this is not going to be much of a race. Old man Ant. Good evening. Good luck there. Yeah, looking like Mac Ant there. Mac Ant and WBB. Yeah, 4 seconds almost difference in lap time. Yeah. Yeah. 3.5. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna run tomorrow, right? And I got a nice Hot Wheels setup for you, Mac Ant, and I was gonna run as your teammate and help you beat Snoodles. But apparently it's GT3 I gotta race, so I gotta try to find out what car to drive. Maybe I'll try to find a Porsche. But they've got a new Porsche or something that's out. I don't know if I need to unlock it. I don't even know where to go to unlock cars, certain cars, what events to go to. There's so much, I guess, that I need to do on that game to be able to unlock certain cars, I guess. I'll just have to take what's available, I guess, and hopefully it does okay. Oh, okay, yeah. No, I mean, Tuesday I was going to race tomorrow in the GR2, but I thought it was going to be, never underestimate the power of the Beetle. I remember him, he was driving the Beetle one race. Yeah, I imagine you could probably fix that car up pretty good. But yeah, Mac, and I bought an NSX concept like you have, and then I put a Hot Wheels paint job, and I was gonna race with you in the GR2. But I'm finding out that I'm commentary in GR2, and then I'm gonna be doing GR3 on Thursday, which is weird, right? Because I thought you guys race Wednesday as well, right? So I thought it would be GR1 Monday, GR2 Tuesday, GR3 Wednesday, but GR3 is Thursday. So, do you guys not race Wednesdays, maybe? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you don't race on Thursdays or Wednesdays. But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna... Looks like I'll be racing Thursday in GR3. Yeah, hopefully I can get a decent car to compete with. I won't be racing on this, they have split incident thing, GRB and another class. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't understand the game that well, so I try to understand what you're trying to say, but like I said, we'll see. I'll just take a look. Racing on Wednesday, sorry, autocorrect. Laugh it out. Yeah, I thought it would be GR3, right? Because it's GR1, GR2, and then Wednesday, I guess you throw a curveball and throw a different class in there, and then it's GR3 on Thursday. Right? I just thought GR3 would have been on a Wednesday, right? Just going by the way the format is, but it looks like I was wrong. And this is my just my commentary profile, because for some reason in this game, if I play it on two different PS5s, I have to rebuild the database every time. Stupid. So it doesn't allow me to use it on the same profile, so I had to use this profile for it. It's weird though, because in Formula One I'm able to do commentary from my other PS5 and then race on my other one with no issues, so that's kind of weird, but oh well. But yeah, it should be. See, I think the type of car I did get, I would have been able to compete in this race, but not in the Daytona Oval, because yeah, the car I would be using would be the same kind of car that's in here, but it's not competitive on Daytona. I noticed when I was doing time trial, I couldn't even get 200 on the straights. And I noticed you guys are running like 202, 203 in the corner, faster in the corners than I was even on the straights in the car that I had. So I think it was a good idea that I didn't run that race. I would have been like that new guy that came from Belgium, because he was in kind of the same car, but he couldn't get the top end speed that you need at Daytona to stay with the pack. But maybe after I'll get on and check out my other account, my other profile, iGhost37, and see if I can get myself into a GT3 car, and hopefully it's competitive with you guys. I know you guys are more up to date with everything, so what cars are good to use and what aren't. Maybe I'll try to get a Porsche or something. I don't know. I'll look into it. Maybe I'll just go run a Ford Mustang. I just don't think a Ford Mustang, any American car, does well in the GT3 cars. Unless you're talking about the brand new GT3 car from Ford Mustang. Apparently that's supposed to be a fairly good car. But yeah. Maybe Ford will learn something too now that they've joined up with Red Bull and Max Verstappen in the Formula One. Different whole new engine packages this season coming for Formula One. 50-50. Okay, here we go. So, spectate. All right. Buckle up, Buttercup. Let's go racing, boys and girls. Gotta say that, you know, more and more ladies getting involved in the racing. I imagine Snoodles is gonna walk away with this one pretty easily, going by the lap time that I saw. So I think he knows the track, and he's obviously got the a little bit wide coming out of that exit, but GT7 is not too bad. I wish the damage was different though. I wish the damage was like real racing, like, you know, and then when you repair it, you gotta go into the pit to repair it, and you can only repair what's possible. But yeah, I like realistic type damage. You know, when you get into a car, maybe your fender buckles up and stuff like that, but they don't do that in GT7. They don't do like realistic damage, I find. And I don't like the sound on GT7. That's another thing I don't like. They need to improve this engine sound. you know, I have a hard time hearing, you know, the RPMs properly because they've got so many other irrelevant noises going on, like air and everything else, that, yeah, I think GT7 definitely needs to improve the sound quality to the cars. But maybe because I drive in cockpit or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. Oh, Snoodles goes a little wide. I don't know why he's pushing so hard. He's quite a bit faster than everybody else. He doesn't need to really drive that hard into these corners. Considering his pace is, he's already 6 seconds ahead of everybody. So I think the race here looked like it might between Mac and WBB. Is WBB Opie? Or is that somebody else? WBB, what was, I forget what I was supposed to call him. That might be Opie, I'm not sure. Mac and the Green Machine. Yeah, be careful on these up and down slopes, downward slopes. You gotta be careful on your braking. These guys are using ABS, so it's probably gonna be helpful. But when you don't use ABS and you get a downhill slope, especially a downhill slope while it's cornered, that's a really difficult braking situation when you're going downhill, because all the load goes to the front and then the rear wants to slip away from you, at least when you're not using ABS, right? That is. But when you're using ABS, it's probably a lot different. But yeah, Mac Ant looks like he just looks at WBB. I want to say Opie, but I'm not sure that it is Opie. I know somebody's Opie, but I can't remember who. But it looks like now, oh, Matcher shit. Drives it in a little hard there. I think what was happening there, okay, because now you see Harp in there as well. I think Matcher Shake was trying to slow down and give the spot back. I think he realized that he drove that corner and drove into the side of WBB and wanted to give the spot back, I think. But I think, you know, maybe they're not in a chat room together. But I think all's fair in love and war, right? So now you got, looks like this is where the exciting part of the race is going to be right now. We got Toke. He's a smoking and a token. He's got that funky car, that marble car. Here we are again in the dark. Do a lot of dark races. I don't like doing commentary in the dark. I don't even like racing in the dark, probably because I'm old. But there's Trixie in 7th. But yeah, so 9 guys driving. First thing I'm just looking at and I'm noticing, this is going to be more than a one-stop pit stop. Snoodles getting some damage there, but like I said, in this game, the damage disappears, and you don't really notice it, like visually. Not that I'd be able to notice it in the dark, anyway. But yeah, it disappears. 20 seconds already. Wow. Uh-oh, Mac Ant, he was enjoying a lead there, but after Master Shake's little mishap in the one corner there, which I think he was, okay, honestly, the way it looked like from my end here, okay, it looked like he was trying to give the spot back to WBV, and then Harp ended up catching in and getting in there. But yeah, it looked like Master Shake felt like he had done something wrong and wanted to give the spot back to WBV, who I think is OP. But yeah, I guess some confusion there. But I'm sure he didn't mean to do it. I think it was just a simple error in judgment. He missed his braking point and kind of drove into the side of WB. It wasn't that hard, okay, either. It was just a little bit of a tap. It wasn't that bad. But going by what I'm seeing right here and going by the fuel that I'm seeing, this is probably going to be 2 or 3 pit stops here. Actually, for the once, it looks like Snoodles, for the first time, actually has poor fuel mileage. But I don't think it's really going to matter because he's so much quicker per lap than everybody else that he's going to be able to do a pit stop and still come out in the lead, I think. You know what I mean? By the time he's at fuel being empty, he'll probably be close to 40 seconds ahead of everybody, and he'll be able to do a pit stop and come out still ahead of everybody. But it doesn't look like whoa, these guys here, yeah, they're really sucking the fuel back. Bones is pretty good on the mileage. Goggles is, I've always noticed actually, Goggles, you know, he might not be up front, but he's always pretty good with his fuel mileage. Alright. I still haven't figured it out. I gotta go do some runs and practice this short shifting that Snoodles told me is for saving fuel, and see how much fuel I can save that way. But I have a hard time because I can't hear my RPMs properly in this game. The engine noise is too quiet, I find. It's, you know, I can hear my tires squeal, I can hear other noises, but I find, especially like in these cars, I don't like the engine noise that I get when I'm driving. I like how it sounds when I'm doing a commentary and using the cinematic view, right? But when I'm actually in the game, I don't like the sound to Gran Turismo. I think they need to improve the sound. And I actually thought I saw something on YouTube about them thinking about an update to improve GT7's sound quality. I'm pretty sure I read that. I think I saw it on YouTube, but like I said, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this is going to be a couple of pit stops. This one here, this is not going to be your standard one-stop race that we normally try to thing. On my Snoodles, so we're 11 minutes in. Snoodles, saying 21. I think Snoodles will probably be at least 2. He might have to do a 3rd pit stop. I gotta wait for the time to go by and kind of see. Yeah, I'm thinking Snoodles might have to do 3 pit stops, actually. But the third one, it might be like a splash and go type deal. I guess Snoodles is in a good mood. It's his birthday, so he's just crushing the field right now. Oh, look at this. Mac in. Seems to have shaken the master shake off his tail. And they're almost identical on fuel. WBB is using a little more fuel than others. I think it's Opie. It looks like Toke is getting zoned in and starting to threaten WBB, Opie, or whatever for his spot. Yeah, it's hard to tell in the night. Hopefully it goes the day. They do a lot of night races. Yeah. I try to pick the day races. I don't have to, because I have a hard time seeing at night, especially in cockpit. Oh, look at that. Toke's already almost out of fuel. He's really using up. It must be that car. Oh, he's off the track, too. I can't really tell where he is or what's going on. I know he's in the grass, so I don't even know where the road is yet. Whoa! It looks like he might have taken out, fucked up a car there. The car probably only seen headlights pointing at him. When he came around the corner there. And he goes into the pits wisely. So it looks like a couple people starting to make some pit stops. But going by what I'm seeing here, I think Snoodles will do 2 full pit stops, and then probably a splash and go, I think, unless he can fuel save, which he might be able to do because he has quite an extensive lead, so he might start to go in the fuel save mode in his after he pits and comes out on his next stint. So yeah. But yeah, I find you always want to try to maximize your fuel run. And from what I've told, medium tires always seems to be the better tire to go with. You know, reds seem to be your qualifying tire. Oh, Mac Ant goes a little off there, but he holds it together, so I think he's good. Oh, gets a little sideways going in there. Master shake. WBB is right in behind them. Can't sit up, my neck gets sore. I sit in my room, my other room to do commentary, right? I'm but my neck gets sore. Well, not so much my neck, my back, right below my neck. It's all sore when I sit there and do it. Anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna be looking at the screen. I'm just rolling a joint here. I wasn't gonna do commentary, but I was gonna go practice Gran Turismo, but But they like to throw curveballs to me every time I race. Last time it was throwing me into a night race when I wasn't expecting it. I did okay, right? I still did alright, but it kind of took me by surprise. I wasn't ready for a night race. And now I thought I was going to race GT2, but now I'm racing GT3, so I'll have to get accustomed to the GT3 cars. See what cars are there and what one I should be using. Maybe somebody will, after the stream or later on, will send me a message, maybe Mopar, send me a message telling me what cars I should be trying to get a hold of so I can race on Thursday with them. I just want to be in a competitive car that I can compete with. Alright. Especially since I'm new. I don't mind being in. I need every advantage I can get. Sorry guys, I'm not looking at the screen right now, so if there's anything happening, I'm not aware of it. I'm just kind of just logged in and decided to jump into the lobby and watch these guys race. It isn't really a commentary night for me, but since I'm here, I might as well do it. Dude, they race late. I wonder where they live in the United States. They must be out on the east coast of the USA. Must be in the east. Yeah, no, the west. The west. Yeah, the west. Because where I am, it's 12:30 a.m. in the morning. So it's pretty late. Right, I figure these guys must be from the west coast, maybe, or the west part of the USA, maybe. I think there's like a 3-hour difference, I think, from if you go the farthest west from where I am. I'm in the Eastern time zone. So, yeah. I'm just rambling. I'm not really watching the track, guys, so I'm just rambling on. Talking about my shit. Alright, got that in there. Okay, hang on. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna take the mic off here to go to the bathroom and I'll be back. You guys are still in the dark. Sorry guys, just rolled a joint there and went to the bathroom. So I'm assuming everybody's made their first pit stops. Yep, Snoodles has gone in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Snoodles is gonna do one more stop and take tires, and then he'll probably be able to do like just a fuel only on his, I keep trying to explain to my drivers, it's not the car, it's the driver. I would tend to agree with that, but in GT7, that's not exactly the case. You can have two of the same quality drivers going, but if they're in two different cars and one car is better than the other, then yeah, no, GT7 I find you definitely need to, like, you know, if you're just screwing around and like playing around, but if you're wanting to be competitive, then yeah, a car is gonna make a difference. Especially when you're competing against someone else that's really good, you're gonna need to match up the car. Here's a point. I beat Mopar 3 times, and he had a better car than me. Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible. Maybe it might be the track too. Maybe he didn't know the track. Maybe whatever. But you beat Mopar? Well, yeah, I guess some cars just suit your driving styles better, but yeah, I know, in GT, the car definitely plays a big part, right? You can be the best driver if you're driving someone equal to you in driving, but he's got a better car than you. You're more than likely not going to beat him unless he makes mistakes, right? See, like in Formula One, okay, like they have, you can actually turn on what they call realistic mode. So the cars are realistic performance to what it is in real life. So the Red Bulls and the McLarens would be the better handling cars. Right now we're only talking by, you know, like split seconds, like tenths, okay, but it makes a difference. But when we're talking, but you can also choose a mode in F1 that's called equal performance. So all the cars handle exactly the same. They have the same exact performance, right? Where GT7, you know, there's cars that have better downforce, better grip and handling, or some cars are better on the straightaway. So, you know, certain cars would probably, like, you know, there are probably certain cars used for certain tracks even that you might want to. Yeah, BOP though, yeah. Yeah, but BOP is just your setups, isn't it? And base performance points, right? But like I said, the base, or yeah, I don't even know what BOP. What is BOP? What's that stand for? What's BO and P actually stand for? I've been trying to figure that out. Base. Oh, balance of power. Okay, so balance is the power. Okay. But yeah, like I said, some cars, you know, Yeah, but like I said, yeah, I don't. I know you say that, right? But but if I would have taken the car, like for example, like a Daytona, okay, where you were using like that Mazda, if I would have taken the car like this that Snooze is using and raced it at Daytona, I wouldn't have been able to compete with you guys, even with your BOP and setups, because that car wouldn't go over 200 kilometers on the straights, where you guys were doing 200 and something in the corner. So if you see what I mean there, right? I know you have BOP, but with BOP, that car wasn't going over 200. If you get what I mean. So in some cases, yeah, the BOP and performance points matters, but can help. But like I said, on Daytona, the oval track, I don't think it, like I said, that one car that if I would have used one of these types of cars, I would have been able to reach the top end speeds that you guys are reaching in the Mazda. Right? If you know what I'm saying. Pretty sure you understand what I mean. And Daytona is all about straightaway speed, basically. Not so much handling as it is having straightaway speed. Mac ain't going with a pair of softs. Not sure I would have went with softs. Softs just don't last long. But yeah, I understand speed, what you're saying about the BOP, but like I said, it doesn't always work that way. So I'm gonna brag just for a few seconds and let everyone use the same car as me at Daytona, and I still won. It's okay, well, if I ever get that car that you use, I'll race you at Daytona. You can brag, that's all good. Trash talk. But I think if I had the same car as you, I definitely think I'd give you a good run for your money. I'm versed in oval track racing. I'm actually pretty versed in a lot of styles of racing. I've played so many different types of racing games. Right, so I know what oval track racing's all about. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying a thing, but I think if I'm the same car, I think I would be able to give you a good race. Really, honestly, like for me, okay, like I don't want to take away from oval tracks or anything, especially like Daytona and Talladega. Daytona and Talladega is just all about holding your line, running a nice smooth line and being smooth on the steering wheel, and then knowing how to use the draft or tow to your advantage of slipstream. That's what Daytona is all about to me. It's just about running in the pack and waiting for the right moment to you just run in a pack and use the air more or less to run. I'm not. I get bored of the oval tracks after a while. Right, I like the road courses, which I'm kind of glad that at least NASCAR has added some road courses to their to their schedule, because yeah. And if you've ever watched NASCAR, Daytona and Talladega, there's always a big pile up where half the cars go. You know, it's a super long race for whatever reason. You know what I mean? You're doing 200 laps, round and round and round. When you think about it, Daytona is all about it's all about like the last couple of laps, right? Setting yourself up for that last that pass, getting in behind someone and using the draft, right? Yeah, oval track, yeah, especially the restrictor plate tracks. That's a totally different style of race, and that's yeah, it's yeah. Be patient, hold your line. You got to be straight. You got to be good on the holding your line on those tracks, being able to run 2-3 wide in the corners. Right, and as long as you've got a car that reaches the same top end speed, you should be good. Like, you know what I mean? You just got to be patient, right? If you do stupid things, you just don't want to lose the draft. That's the key to those tracks, I think, when it comes to just making sure you hold your line. Actually, you raced, but that was a really shitty race there in NASCAR. We did the, yeah, blocking is a big deal in Daytona and Talladega. Yeah, I know how to block on those tracks. I always, I switch from high to low depending who's getting the run. And I'll switch in front of the car that's got the run and take the air off him, so he loses his run, and then I play the inside line and the outside line so that they run equal, so that it makes it hard for them to make the pass on me when I'm in the lead, that is. But we raced NASCAR there, Daytona, but it wasn't very fun because I found in that lobby that we were in, Speed Racer, that nobody could hold a straight line, so it was pointless running it. You know what I mean? A track like that, like, you should be doing like 40 laps where you're basically just running side by side and drafting with a guy, whoever you choose to draft with, because those tracks, especially in NASCAR, you need a partner. You want to have a partner. You want to run with someone else and wait till the very end to make your move, right? Yeah. Oval tracks are a totally different style, though. That's a different style of racing. It looks like the daytime's coming, though. But yeah, I'm versed in all of them. Like I said, actually, when I started my racing, I actually started on EA Sports NASCAR. I don't know if you remember that. I know you're my age, so you probably do. Yeah, Snoodles is gone. he's probably going to be making his pit stop, I think, depending on how much fuel he's got. So it looks like, yeah, he might wait another, he's going to do one more lap maybe. His crew chief must have told him he had enough fuel to get around another time. But I think he's a pit stop ahead of Mac Ant. So Mac Ant's doing well though. But yeah, he's just not outclassed. Mac Ant definitely had pace at Abu Dhabi. Whoa. Mopar thought. He thought me some things? Do you mean taught? Taught you some things? Yeah, that's probably what he meant. Mopar thought me some things. I guess, yeah, it must be spell check. Taught, yeah. I figured that. Don't worry, I don't think you're illiterate. Even though you're from the United States. Ooh, that's a jab. Yeah, no, I figured that was a spell thing. Yeah, I would like to as much information on GT7 as I could possibly get, but nobody ever gives me any info. Right, like Mopar, that's the guy I want giving me info, because I look and he seems to have pace, so I figure he's probably one of the better guys. I gotta find some other GT7 guys. I've got another buddy, when he comes back from traveling the world, he's from England. He's a good buddy of mine. He raced in F1. I told him to come join this league, but he's actually, he's used to GT7, but he hasn't played for yeah, that's why I say, like, you know, nobody tells me anything, because it's probably just like any other racing game. Everybody holds the secrets to themselves, and unfortunately, I don't know any of the glitches, secrets, or little things you should know about GT7. So, but if I were to play it all the time, I imagine I'd probably start to learn all the things that Snoodles knows that I don't. Right? But yeah, that's a common thing. Him maybe being your brother, you get lucky and he shares those things. But yeah, you get that in all the racing type games. There's always F1, same thing. Nobody wants to share their setups or whatnot. But F1's pretty good, actually. That's the thing. Like, you can go to F1, okay, and use setups, because you can actually go to time trial and load the fastest guy's setups, okay, and then just adjust them a bit for the race. Because a time trial setup is geared for more for a one-lapper than it is for a race. So your tires are going to go quickly if you use like a total TT setup. Normally a TT setup has higher downforce too. You're going to want to take some downforce away and adjust the suspension a bit. You know what I mean? But in Formula One, you can actually get good setups, not even being that good or not knowing the game that well, just by going into TT and downloading the guy's setups, right? You can go into TT and you pick the guy you want, you make him your rival, and then you load his setup, and then you can save it, right? But setups are you know, big in racing, right? Like I noticed that right away when I just made a ride height and little bit of a suspension adjustments on the GR2 car. Okay, I improved my time by like 3 seconds, right? And especially because I run a direct drive wheel. So when I make setup changes to a car, like the GR1, I feel the difference in the wheel. Like the wheel feels different. It feels more planted. I feel more grip. You know, by changing the setup, the wheel will feel a lot different. You know, so that's one of the benefits of actually having a DD wheel. When you get into setups and stuff, you can actually feel what those setups are, where they're improving, right? But yeah, like I said, I don't know any of the tricks, so if anybody wants the share tricks with me, that's fine, but I don't expect anybody to, because that seems to be a thing that people don't like to do. Right? One day I was like running, an animal was like, how? Yeah, well, I don't get the track limits on GT7, but I learned that like Abu Dhabi, like, you know, you just got, I guess some spots they allow you to do it, but I guess it also depends on your settings in the league on thing, right? But yeah, because normally when all 4 tires go over the line, that's either a warning or a penalty. But you guys, but you can also do it in F1 too. Okay, you can set the rules, you know, so that they're not strict on track limits. You know, they're more lenient. And I think you guys might be on a more lenient track limit setting, I think. Because, yeah, when I watched Abu Dhabi, when I did practice, I tried to practice a little bit there in the GR2, but I was using the same line as what Snoodles was using, right? But I can't use that line when I race Formula 1 because I'll get penalized if I do, right? And I thought some of the corner cuts looked like 4 tires went off, but I don't know, right? But it's, yeah, generally you can have 3 cars, but it's when 4 tires all at the same time go over the white line, that considered either a corner cut or track limits. But yeah, it's getting to know each game and the rules, so you kind of learn, and it depends what you think, but yeah. But generally, if I get to know the game, don't worry, if I get to know a game, if I were to sit there and really get into GT7 like I do F1, like I did with F1, I think I'd probably surprise you on how fast I'd be. Right? But like I said, I haven't been racing hardly at all. My mood has just been so horrible. I'm lucky to get out of bed these days. But yeah, I would love to start racing again. Cause I'd really like to get good, get to know GT7, so I could give this Noodles guy a go, so he's not walking away with the wins so easily. But like I said, like racing, I find DR has me on rest. DR has, I'm not sure, DR on rest. Oh, Doctor has me on rest? Is that what you mean, Dr. DR? Yeah, okay. Why, what's up? Yeah, Doctor doesn't have me on rest. Doctor wants to see me quitting smoking and getting out of bed. My legs are starting to go on me, so I have to be more active. Oh, okay. Did your wife stick it in the wrong hole? I'm only kidding. Yeah, that's all good. Whatever it is, I hope you get better. Yeah, I don't need rest. I need to get active because my body's starting to shut down. So, like especially my legs. She pulled out the big black one on you, eh? We're ready for that one. Anyway, yeah, we're here watching a race. But yeah, I know what you mean, right? Every game, see, you guys play GT7 like it's a religion. You know what I mean? And that's what you need to do, I find, for me anyways. If I want to be good at one racing game, I gotta really play just that one game. I find if you try to play 3 or 4 different racing games, you can be good at them, but you'll never be super fast. You gotta really focus in on one game. So, like if I want to be good at GT7, I'm gonna have to sit down and play GT7 and watch YouTube and learn little tricks and whatnot, and then eventually I will get there. Holy crap, look at that, we got 20 people watching there. Isn't there people? Don't you people sleep? Oh, here comes Snoodles on a lap car. He's back. I think Mac Ant just made his pit stop. Yeah. Did Snoodles slow down or something? Maybe. Oh, Mac Ant just made his pit stop. He took on too much fuel though. Oh, there's 9 minutes left. 9 minutes left. Ooh. Yeah, I think Snoodles is going to be fine. I think Mac Ant could have made a little bit quicker pit stop, taking on less fuel, and maybe gained a second or two that way. But yeah, I think look at this, we got WBB. Who's that, Opie? Yeah, I figure Snoodles has got this. I figured that right at the beginning of the race when I seen I just sorry, I just got somebody messaging me, another guy that I do commentary for. I think he's upset because I don't do it as much as I used to, but like I said, like I've informed everybody, my mood's just been crap. Getting out of bed every day is bullshit. Joe, Joe is WBB. Who's Opie then? Who's Opie again? I forget who Opie is. We get 19 people watching. I didn't think there was 19 people up at this time of night. That's all good. I like that. They just like hearing me talk about absolutely nothing for an hour. But yeah, like I said, you want to be fast at one at racing, right? You can be fast, okay? But if you want to be like, you know, trying to compete for wins, you have to kind of set one game as your main game to race and get to know it, because it's a video game, because not only is it about driving technique, but there's also Vartan, okay. Yeah, I remember Opie. So Joe is WVB, okay. But yeah, if I ever get my ass out of bed and start functioning like a normal human being again, maybe I'll try to get into. Yeah, no, I figured that. I'll try to get into GT7 and show you. Then I would probably be able to compete. You just gotta learn, like, I don't know what you guys, little tricks and stuff like that, right? Because sometimes it's not all about your driving style, it's knowing just little tiny little tricks, you know, or glitches on a track. Sometimes even, you know, there might be certain spots on the track you can do things that people don't know about that you can do. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if Snoodles heard me talking and wanted to make it a little more exciting for us. And slow down maybe to let Mac Ant maybe come give him a good try. Yeah, you know what I mean, but I'm not used to, I didn't even realize there was engine modes at, okay, I just realized after the race that you actually had engine modes, so I could have actually been switching my engine modes so that I could have avoided that last pit stop I had to make, the slash and go. But yeah, I was okay with having fun. But like I said, I haven't mapped my buttons properly, and I didn't yeah, you can run fuel saver, like lower fuel modes, leaner fuel modes, which is going to save you fuel but give you less power to the engine. But I kind of like to run the full fuel modes and use my driving style to save fuel by trying to, like, doing things like lift and coast and short shifting, right? But I have a hard time in the short shifting in TT because I don't like the engine sounds in this game. It's very hard. The one good thing is that I have a wheel that has vibration, so I can actually feel the RPM, so that kind of helps. But yeah. But yeah, like I said, like I've only had like one online race with you guys, and then I end up getting lost and not really doing anything every time I go and play it, because I'm looking around to see different things, and I want to get certain cars, but I don't know where to go. I don't know what tracks to run or what events, or, you know, or how to set my cars up for certain events like those daily races and stuff. Just to get my what is it thing, my ratings up there. Grand Central is where you buy. Yeah, no, I know where you buy the cars, but do you get gift cards and stuff like that, right? Like in events that unlock certain cars, like that Mazda car that you run at Daytona. Okay, I don't know where to get it because I can't go to Brand Central to buy it because it's not there. You know what I mean? So I'm figuring it has to be unlocked somewhere, right? But you know what I mean? You know, like I said, I just have to think. You do. What do you mean? You do. Oh no, no, Mac Ant. WBB, I didn't go around. What was that? Snoodles. I think that was Snoodles. Okay, he's gonna let you catch up, but he's not gonna let you pass him. Or it was either Snoodles or it was Mac Ant and WBB. I don't know. Two of them got together there. We'll have to rewind that and watch that. Yeah, but they went for a pretty good slide there. Not sure what happened there. But yeah, it looks like we're getting close to the last lap here. Only give me. Oh, well, that's not fair. Why do you only get it? Yeah, I like I said, I don't understand GT7. There's so much to the game, so there's so many things I don't know what cars to get. You know, what cars to use to be competitive. You know, I don't know the setups. I don't know where to unlock certain cars, what races to do. You know, I don't even have that performance pack, right? So, you know what I mean? But you have to play the game a lot, I think, GT7, because you have to accumulate money. I know they have all these cheat things that you can do, right? In 2027, your pro debut. What do you mean, for Gran Turismo? You gotta wait a fucking year to do your debut? Fuck, you better not DNF your first race after waiting a year to race. Yeah, it looks like Snoodles is gonna win here. I don't think there was any doubt. I think he slowed down, quite honestly, to let Mac Ant catch up. Actually, I do believe. I don't know who it was that got into a where that's 1 minute. Oh. So yeah, it's Noodles, the birthday boy, who gets the win. Then we got Mac Ant, Joe Bones, Mr. Toke comes in 5th, Harp in 6th, Trixie 7th, and here we go, point. So Snoodles, first Mac Ant, Joe, Bones, Toke, Harp, and Trixie up in the 7th. A little bit better. And then Goggles in 8th. And Master Shake. Oh, he must have had something. Oh, he DNF'd. He must have had something happen there. So, yeah, so that was a good race. Kind of joined it last minute. I just wanted to check it out. So see if I can maybe go on Gran Turismo and check out some of these. See what I got to work with on GT3 cars. Right? And I can't put parts on them, right? I can't, like, it's just stock, right? So no parts go on it. It's just stock. And no setups. see they all had 919. Yeah. Yeah, I think I have that car, but if you use that car at Daytona, you're not going to be able to compete. At least I wasn't able to. I couldn't get it over 200 with a base setup. But like I said, it's probably a track type thing, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, yeah, so good race, guys. Congratulations, Snoodles, and happy birthday. And hopefully I can come race. And yeah, 24 people watching. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize people stayed up that late. But yeah, maybe if I go practice, I might stream. If guys want to watch me learn or whatever. But we race stock only. Okay, so no parts can go on it. Yeah, that's what I was racing. I was just racing stock. Basically, how I buy it is how I race it, other than throw on a different set of tires on it, maybe. All right, that's what I did at the Glen there. But I think because I knew the short track part pretty good from NASCAR, so I did probably pretty decent at it just because I knew it. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream, and congratulations, happy birthday to Snoodles Mopar, and hope you have a great birthday and a great day. All right, yeah. Okay, ciao, guys. I'm the Ghost, and I'm out.